Here it is, my friends. Another brand new scene from Stranger Things Season 5, revealing exactly how 11 is evolving her powers. We're talking the why, the how, and a bunch of hidden details that might connect directly to major events coming this season. And yes, that includes Vecna's attacks, because come on, how does this scene tie into all of that? What's really going on here? Are they actually flying? Stick around because I'm breaking down everything. Hey Stranger Things fam, I'm your host Jake, and today I'm back with another deep dive into Stranger Things 5. This time focusing on a full sneak peek, an entire scene that Netflix themselves just dropped. And trust me, it's a good one. It gives us even more insight into how the season begins for the show's main protagonist. But before we jump into the analysis, make sure to hit that like button. It really helps with reach, and subscribe so you don't miss a single update about the final season of Stranger Things. Coverage is going to be massive. News, breakdowns, theories, everything. So stay tuned. Alright, let's get into it. We start with the focus on 11 herself, right at the beginning of the season, wearing that classic look we've seen in most of the promotional material. She's running, laser-focused, fully locked in on her training. The scene takes place in a forest, broad daylight, definitely not the upside down. This is the real world, and she's gearing up. You can see the headband tucked into her hair, and the whole sequence feels like an evolution for war, a preparation for something massive, because 11 knows something gigantic is coming. Then we see her leaping between the trees. She lands, and that first jump isn't anything too supernatural. A normal person could probably pull it off, but the point is clear. Her power is growing, she's sharpening herself, and she isn't slowing down. She's got that urgency, like she's racing against time. Next, we get the full version of a scene we've only seen bits and pieces of in the teasers. She arrives at the junkyard, sprinting through a narrow passage like she's about to climb up onto something. She starts doing these zigzag jumps over the cars, quick, agile, intense, and then we see a small ladder set up in front of her. Why is that ladder there? You probably already have an idea if you've been following the promos, but let's keep going. This scene isn't just about agility or parkour-style jumps. It's also about combat. You see 11 take cover behind one of the cars, hiding for a moment, but she extends her hand toward a target, a simulated enemy. It's this scarecrow-looking figure with a pumpkin head. And what does she do? She uses her power to explode the pumpkin head, straight up blows it apart. A perfect symbol of taking out an enemy. And that's dark. Stranger Things started out as a mysterious, slightly spooky kids' adventure, and now Season 5 is promising something heavier, maybe even deserving a higher rating. And then you watch this moment. 11 literally training to blow people's heads off. It makes you wonder, what happens when she faces actual soldiers? Are they hinting she'll do something like the boys? Probably not. I don't think we'll get that level of graphic brutality. But maybe she'll unleash it on creatures from the upside down. Imagine her exploding a Demogorgon's head with nothing but her power. That alone tells us we're heading into some seriously wild action this season. But continuing the scene, after blasting the pumpkin, 11 steps out from behind cover, moves forward toward that ladder, and starts climbing up. And you probably thought she was about to launch herself off the top, right? Nope. Instead, she uses the ladder as an obstacle. She slides down it like it's part of a military course, landing smoothly on one of the cars below. Then we get even more obstacles. She rolls under a stretch of sinister barbed wire, slipping through with pure speed and precision. So in just a few moments, we've seen her sprinting through the forest, striking a target with her powers, and navigating physical barriers she needs to overcome, all part of her evolution. And while she keeps running even faster now, she destroys another target, another pumpkin head, showing just how far her abilities have come. Then we reach the moment fans were waiting for, the one teased in earlier footage, the flight moment, or more accurately, the mega jump. 11 charges forward, focuses, and launches herself off the ground like she's straight up Superman. The shot is wild. She goes incredibly high, and seeing it in one continuous take makes the height feel even more intense. We're talking nearly the height of 2 buses stacked together. It's way higher than what the training even requires, which means she's evolving past the goal. And for anyone who's still confused, is 11 flying now? I always answers this. No, she's not technically flying. She can, based on her power level, but what she does here are mega jumps. She stays in the air longer, glides longer, and falls slower, but it's still technically a jump. And this is the same jump we see in the season trailer when she's actually using the move in the upside down, leaping over Dr. K's base, the military facility where they're conducting research, during that massive attack sequence. And this is exactly why I'm breaking down Eleven's training so closely. Every single part of this sequence is intentional. Everything she practices here is something we'll see her use for real. That early forest sprint, it connects directly to that shot in the July teaser, where Dr. K's mercenaries, the elite special ops soldiers she sends after 11, are running at full speed, jumping just like 11 does, hunting her through what looks like a similar forest. That group is called the Wolf Pack, Dr. K's secret and illegal strike team created specifically to track down 11. So yes, she's going to rely on this exact training. The part where she dodges obstacles, jumping over cars, going under barbed wire probably has a lot to do with the things she'll face in the upside down while she's trapped there, because we had info about her being trapped there. Exploding the pumpkin heads definitely has a lot to do with the creatures and the soldiers themselves, and so on. But continuing, the scene ends with 11 stopping, tired, catching her breath, and the cinematography of this scene is sensational. Look at this creepy framing. And the shot goes to Hopper's hand as he stops a stopwatch. And Joyce says, it's a new record. So it's like a training course that the two of them designed for 11 to train and evolve her powers for what she's going to face. The two of them being that little couple that will definitely become official by the end of this season once and for all, and being the structure, the foundation for 11, the father and mother figures. And remember when I analyzed the poster, I talked about that central pillar? At the bottom, there's Hopper and Joyce as the pillar for 11, who take care of her and help her evolve her powers. She as the symbolism of good, and above her, all the symbolism related to this season's story. In the middle, there's Will, who is the connection between good and evil. At the same time, he wants to serve good, evil controls him. And at the top, Vecna, the symbolism of evil itself. In the next part of the scene, 11 looks at them with a face like, ah, okay, when what we saw was much less than that, means there was a lot more training, more time, more things, because what we saw was way shorter. And as I said, she walks away from them and says, reset, meaning restart it, start over. She's not satisfied, she wants to beat the record again. It's like she's doing timed runs, always training, evolving to do all of this faster. Besides the two of them motivating and preparing her, she is motivating herself and wants to keep going. You can see this character's dedication. And you know, when the person herself is dedicated, she evolves even more. So how is 11 Prime going to be? The main thing about this scene, this video, gets me hyped to imagine what 11 at her absolute peak will be like, you know? If she's this dedicated, what will she be like in the final episode when she has the final battle against Vecna? I'll even remind you of something I said in a recent video. Imagine the scene of 11 in the center of Hawkins with blood coming out of every part of her face, nose, ears, eyes, the most sinister thing ever, closing all the portals with her power at the same time while a creepy song plays in the background. I'm already visualizing it. Comment what you think about this scene. Still talking about the military base, the magazine includes 2 more connected images showing the massive set built for the base, featuring the huge portal to the Upside Down. That's the one that leads directly to the lab inside the Upside Down itself. And speaking of the lab, there's another fascinating image that might reveal one of the new creatures we'll see this season. In the behind-the-scenes shot, we see actress Linda Hamilton on the right. She's playing Dr. K, a scientist. On the left, it looks like Matt Duffer, one of the series creators. They're preparing for a scene where Dr. K manipulates a strange upside-down creature on a table, likely inside the lab. It's already been confirmed that within this lab, there are several creatures we've never seen before. So, could she be creating a new monster here? Or is it just one of the smaller creatures that will appear throughout the season? Hard to say, but either way, it's very interesting. Now, moving on to one of the most controversial and emotional images revealed by the magazine, still related to the military base. Here it is, a new shot of Will and Joyce. Apparently, this scene takes place inside the military base, where Will begins experiencing hallucinations and possibly gets possessed again. Joyce is looking into his eyes while he's kind of laughing, but in a disturbing way. It's hard to tell exactly what's happening here. Is Vecna already taking control of him? Is this moment before or after Vecna's possession? Did Joyce save him and he's just recovering? Or is it the calm before something much darker? There are so many possibilities, but one thing's certain, in most promotional materials, from Lego sets to Funko Pops, Will's expression always stands out. He's either shown with white eyes, or with an intense, almost evil look, or with that same unsettling, emotionless face we see here. Everything about him this season feels off, sinister, suspicious. So, what do you think this moment means? Why is Joyce holding his face? Is it before Vecna's possession or after? Let me know what you think. Now, still within the article, there's another new and very eerie image, one that connects back to the July teaser. This time, we see it in a wider, higher quality shot. It's an incredible visual, the military burning the vines that have overtaken the portal they control. They do this to keep the portal entrance clean, since the Upside Down constantly tries to spread its vines outward and take over. So the soldiers literally burn the portal as part of their routine maintenance, a controlled burn to clear it before they can safely pass through to the lab. I believe this is the same burn sequence mentioned in the July teaser, the one with the radio countdown leading to burn start. And it might even be the moment when Will faints at WSQK when he senses the Upside Down reacting to the burn. So all of these events could be happening simultaneously. Moving ahead, we have another behind-the-scenes photo, this time showing Holly and Karen Wheeler during the Demogorgon attack at the Wheeler house. This is the moment when they hide under the bathtub, the same one shown in the teaser. In the photo, the Duffer Brothers are seen directing and guiding the actors through the scene, and it looks terrifying. It really makes you wonder, who's going to die here? Could it be Ted while Karen is injured? Or maybe both of them get hurt, or even die later at the hospital? There's definitely something tragic coming for the Wheeler family. And finally, there's a behind-the-scenes image of the cast during makeup. On the left, you can see Noah Schnapp, Will, in the center Jonathan, and next to him, Nancy and Mike. It's likely taken at the WSQK radio station during a calmer moment in the season. And with all these details, we're starting to see the bigger picture. Everything's becoming clearer, piece by piece. And if it hasn't happened already by the time this video goes live, the first 5 minutes of Season 5 should be released soon. If it's already out, don't worry, I'll have a full breakdown and analysis ready right here. So make sure you subscribe to the channel so you don't miss anything. Leave a like, it really helps with promotion, and stay tuned. That's it for today's video, and I'll see you all in my next one.
Open eye, feel the waves cut through me, hypnotized by the sounds I'm breathing.